Now on Denver 7 News at 5 a.m., the president is making bold moves on marijuana. How Colorado is ahead of the curve.
Filling up your car this morning is going to cost you a lot more. Once again, what's fueling a new spike in gas prices and how Colorado is faring compared to the rest of the country.
3rd down and 4. Wilson to the end zone, and it's intercepted by Gilmore. Oh, man.
That was one of two. Denver Broncos fans in disbelief after last night's game against the Colts, the linchpin in their loss. And we're hearing directly from you, Broncos country, with your feelings on the team now.
That should be interesting. Better news ahead for Denver sports fans. The puck drops on hockey season next week. The new feature downtown to celebrate our hometown hockey champs, not just the Avalanche. Several other teams, and anything to take our mind off football now.
We can still call ourselves Wintown, USA.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. Thanks for joining us. It is a Friday morning, and that's always good to know, too. I'm Brian Sanders.
And I'm Nicole Brady. Yeah, it's the weekend. Some clouds and fog this morning you might be waking up to in parts of Denver. We have kind of an eerie look at our downtown skyline right now. But Lisa, good news for any of your weekend plans outside.
Yeah, Gotham City-esque this morning, right? But it is going to change this weekend. We'll see skies clear out. But today, yeah, very fall, cloudy, gray start. What we have is a cold front backing in here across northeastern Colorado. So it's bringing with it, I know, not a lot to show you on satellite and radar. What you're getting is some of that low-lying cloud cover. So with it, you get some drizzle. Jason will show you now some wet roads in areas and a cooler morning, some low to mid 40s here early on. It'll be a really slow warm up from 70s yesterday to low 50s here by 1 o'clock. And then highs will only be in the mid to upper 50s this afternoon. We have Denver at right around 55 to near 58. 40s to low 50s in the foothills. There will be actually a lot more sunshine out west today to start, within a few building clouds and a few spotty showers in the mountains, and you'll see that here on Futurecast. Coming up, though, again, this weekend, things will clear out. We're in for a really pretty Saturday and Sunday. I'll have that full forecast in just a few minutes.
Yeah, it's hard to see some of the tops of the buildings downtown right now. It's hard to see some of the roadways around town. This is up in Fort Collins, the college in Horsetooth, and you can see how wet it is for us. Even some fog up near the Colorado-Wyoming state line, so limited visibility for us there, and some foggy conditions to the plains. Take a look at the drive on Highway 93 between Boulder and Golden. Wet, foggy, and again, limited visibility. So at the higher speeds, it can become an issue because you can't see what's up ahead of you. The overnight construction continues for us here on I-70. We've had this transition coming off of I-70 to go to Peoria, southbound 225 restricted. There was a crash reported at Havana. I am not seeing at least that crash causing delays. It's the construction out here that's causing the delays right now. And we do still have some overnight paving that's lingering out here to the west side as well. So it's overnight construction that hopefully will be picked up in just a little bit.
Well, the Broncos lost to the worst team in football at Empower Field last night. No way to sugarcoat that. It was just bad.
Yeah.
They weren't expecting to lose this one.
12-9. I mean, that score should pretty much tell you how this game went. Neither team scored a touchdown. It went to overtime, down to the wire, and that's just the tip of the iceberg for the problems with the Broncos offense. Here's our Broncos insider, Troy Rank.
There is no way to put a positive spin on this. The Broncos fall to 2-3 in an absolute brutal loss to the Colts, and this one was on Russell Wilson. He made two inexplicable throws, interceptions, especially the last one in regulation, that essentially jeopardized the outcome, and the Broncos lose in overtime. They're saying all the right things, that they're going to stick together, but at this point, they got to prove it. They've got to figure out a way to get better offensively and play complementary football.
There were a lot of opportunities out there, and I think that's the frustrating thing for all of us. It's not me, it's not just the players, but there are opportunities to be able to have big plays or conversions, and we just got to be better. I mean, the guys need to continually develop.
I'm always going to choose and understand that adversity is just temporary. You're going to overcome obstacles and battles. We're all working together. We're all still together, focused on trying to do whatever it takes. And it starts with me. I'll make sure that I do that.
No, it's frustrating for sure, just to lose in general. We believe in the offense. As a defense, you can't worry about too much. You just got to do your job. and that's pretty much it. But you know, it's always frustrating to lose.
The last Broncos team to start a season 2-3 and reach the playoffs, that was Peyton Manning's first season in 2012. But let's be honest, you can't even think about playoffs until this team starts showing they can beat even bad teams. There is some good news. Justin Simmons told me he should be able to return from his injury and play against the Chargers, but it does not look like we will see Josie Jewell and Garrett Bowles. Reporting from the stadium, Troy Rink, Denver 7.
Well, you may agree with Troy right there. Everyone had their own thoughts on the Broncos' performance last night. And we've been getting calls into our newsroom. Our Broncos hotline was lighting up last night.
Thanks for calling our Denver 7 Broncos voicemail hotline. Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Hey, wake me up when the offense scores a touchdown. I'm going to go back to bed.
This game is a snooze fest, an embarrassment.
Broncos had their big chance. They're on prime time already a couple times, and it's just been pathetic.
I think the offense needs to get their heads together, and Wilson needs to start going right.
Oh, just a sample. We're going to have more of these throughout the morning. If you want to weigh in, you can dial our hotline number right there on your screen, 832-0111. Keep it clean, though.
Yes, family friendly, please. And we don't feel good about how the team is playing on the field right now, but we should feel good about what they're doing off the field. The Broncos are one of the most charitable giving teams in sports, and Broncos players not only volunteer their time in the community, they also donate money. The Broncos gave 6 local groups $35,000 each this year from the team's social justice fund. One of the recipients was Raw Tools, a group that hosts gun buyback programs. They disable donated weapons and turn them into garden tools.
I mean, I'm a Broncos fan since I was 7 when we moved here, so it's been a fun interaction with the team and being able to partner with them. It's been a great experience, and they supported and hosted the very first one at the stadium parking lot, and they also supported another one in Aurora. So it's been great to have them from the very beginning of these 8 buybacks in the planning process.
Yeah, Raw Tools has collected more than 700 guns this year alone. There are 2 more gun buybacks this month in Aurora and Longmont. So football, we know, is a sore spot for Colorado sports fans right now, but there is hope on the horizon. The Avs open the hockey season next week to defend their Stanley Cup win, and Denver's new nickname is Hockey Capital USA. The city unveiled a giant hockey puck at Union Station to celebrate the city's 4 championships from last season. The Avs, DU, Denver East High School, and the Pee Wee Junior Avs all won titles. You can take your picture with the puck through Thursday, October 20th.
It's a historic move by President Biden announcing he will pardon people convicted of marijuana possession at the federal level, and he's encouraging state governors to do the same.
Denver 7's Jessica Crawford joins us live with how this will impact Colorado, which has already led the charge to clear some criminal records for some marijuana convictions. Jessica.
So about 6,500 people could benefit from Biden's pardon, but overall, this really could signal a shift in how the country handles marijuana cases. And that's because the president also spoke with the Department of Health and Human Services and Attorney General Merrick Garland to review how marijuana is scheduled under federal law. Now, currently, weed is considered a Schedule I drug. So that means by federal law, it's considered to have no currently accepted medical use and a high potential for abuse. Here's why that matters. A drug schedule sets the groundwork for the federal regulation of that controlled substance. So Schedule I and Schedule II drugs, they face the strictest regulations. Schedule I drugs, like I said, which include marijuana, are effectively illegal federally for anything outside of research. Schedule II drugs can be used for limited medical purposes. So the current scheduling does leave some marijuana users open to prosecution. The president also acknowledged that many people's lives have been made more difficult by federal marijuana laws, saying in part that criminal records for weed have led to barriers to employment, housing, and even educational opportunities, and that people of color often face the harshest consequences. We spoke with Wanda James, the first Black woman to own a legally licensed marijuana dispensary in America.
We can't lose focus on the fact that even though we have all of these states that have legalized, 18 states have legalized, 38 states with medical marijuana laws on the books, there are still states in the United States where you will get felony possession, or you'll get felony charges for simple possession. And we have to remember that time and time and time again, how many Black and brown people's lives have been destroyed over this. So while this is great for business, great for commerce, great for creating generational wealth, it is imperative that we recognize the human toll that the drug war has taken on American citizens over the last 100 years.
And Biden also encouraged governors to pardon simple possession of marijuana cases. And actually, our governor did that. So back in 2020 and 2021, Governor Jared Polis pardoned thousands of people who were in possession of either 1 or 2 ounces of marijuana. Live from Denver, I'm Jessica Crawford, Denver 7.
And it's interesting knowing how many states have now legalized marijuana. Thank you, Jessica. Colorado is getting more than $3 million from FEMA for Marshall Fire recovery. Half of it will go to fire suppression, including firefighter ground and air support. The other half will go to the State Department of Homeland Security and Emergency Management for managing and recovery efforts. Lisa.
Well, we have a cold front rolling in this morning, so here's what you're going to deal with for the morning commute. There's going to be some morning drizzle, a little patchy fog out there. Jason will have more on those CDOT cameras around town. A few late day showers and a lot cooler today. We're going to be in the 50s, upper 50s this afternoon. Looking ahead, though, to the weekend, more sunshine and a nice warm up. I'll show you that on the Super 7 Day coming up.
This is one of those cameras where you can't even see I-70 right now. This is up in the foothills in Genesee. I've been looking at some of the foggy conditions. This is the light pole here. You saw some of the, you see the tail light? There should be traffic. You should be able to see the traffic heading west right through there, right here at the Buffalo Herd Overlook. But it's really super thick fog, so you have to be careful at those higher speeds because you just can't see what's ahead of you.
Some brick and mortar stores aren't hiring as much this holiday season, but Amazon is bucking that trend. How many tens of thousands of people they'll be hiring to make sure you get your stuff on time.
And a vacation stay fit for our spooky season here. The Airbnb booking attractions for wannabe jailbirds around the world.